Welcome to Recurring Nightmares, episode 63. I am Chris, as always, joined by Jeff.
Yo.
It's been a while. That's on me.
I thought both of us.
We've let July run its course. So we're about a month behind. We're gonna catch up and quickly. But tonight we're going to talk about a pair of religious comedies. I know not normally our kind of area of coverage, as we normally cover horror stuff. But we reviewed a pair of religious comedies this month. But before we get into those, we've seen a few things. I don't want to cover everything, so I've seen a lot. But we'll try and keep it relatively short. Jeff, what have you watched over the last 2 months here?
Oh God, everything. I've been using my AMC sub, trying to go see all the movies.
Me too.
It's just kind of like it's the summer of me just going to the movies. Like no vacations, just every chance I get in that sub. So yeah, I've seen most of everything. If I were properly on my computer here, I would type you out a list and say, let me know what you want to hear about, because that's how many fucking things I've seen. I know we have some overlap though, so I'll avoid the ones that are overlap.
Okay.
But going back probably almost 2 months ago now, but after we recorded last time, I saw Ballerina in the theater. I was one of the few.
It's the John Wick spinoff.
Yeah.
Okay, how was that one? I wanted to see it, but I did not get to it. Now it's on like digital. I'm just waiting for a rental price.
Yeah, I think it's totally worth it. I think if you're a John Wick fan, it's fun. Like, it's a fun little treat. It's not like I have a weird history with John Wick, so I didn't like the series at first, but at this point, I think John Wick 4 is one of the best action, the best action movie of the century. Okay. So that's where I'm at with it. And Ballerina was very fun. I don't know, I even though it's a different director, it's rumored that Chad Stahelski came in to do reshoots to get the action up to snuff. The action's very cool, fun little side story, and they do things to kind of differentiate the action a little bit, a lot of grenade play and flamethrowers, and there's a fucking, I guess, kind of spoiler, but there's a fucking village, a mountain village of cult people that she has to take on. It's just an awesome finale.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, and I think it's a blast. I've seen it twice now. I saw it in the theater. I bought it when it came out. If you're a fan of John Wick, it's totally worth checking out. I don't know why more fans didn't. And I guess one other thing I'll add is a lot of the reviews or a lot of the talk about the movie was oh yeah, Keanu Reeves is barely there. He's phoning it in. He's blink and you miss it. It was kind of the impression I got. He's not going to be in it much or whatever. But so when I saw the movie, I was kind of surprised that he is in it a decent amount, and he's integral to the plot and the climax. That's just one way I would differ with what some people have said, but it's a lot of fun. I don't know what else to say. If you're into that action, it's a blast. It's fucking, what's her name?
Anna de Armas.
Yeah.
Dating Tom Cruise now, evidently.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's what I saw today. So
that's wild.
Yeah.
I saw a movie called Friendship. I don't know if you know what that is. Yeah, it's Tim Robinson.
Yeah.
It's he makes friends with his neighbor Paul Rudd, and it's it's a dark comedy about trying to make friends as an adult. And if you've seen any of the Tim Robinson's show on Netflix. Like I think it's called I Think You Could Leave. He's a very oddball character. He's like very strange.
Mm-hmm.
And in this movie, it's like that same type of character that he'll be in his sketches, but like everyone around him is like completely normal, and so it's just like it's he's awkward and off-putting, and so his friendship with this guy kind of falls apart, but he doesn't want it to. Kind of like the movie I thought of when I was watching it was The Cable Guy.
Okay.
Like this guy that becomes too attached to you, you're like, holy shit, he's psycho.
Yes.
And I found it very funny, and it's the kind of movie I regretted not buying because I want to see it again because I know if I see it again, I'll start quoting. Like, and there's so many quotable moments in it. But as it is right now, I just do the one thing from the trailer to my wife all the time. She's like, "What do you want to watch?" I'll say, "We should go see the new Marvel. I hear it's completely nuts," which is like, it's in the trailer, but his wife is trying to get him to go hang out, and he's like, "No, fuck that. I don't want to go hang out with this guy I don't know. We should go see the new Marvel. I hear it's completely nuts." And to give like just another little flavor of the movie, there's another scene like he's finally trying to make friends with these dudes, like Paul Rudd and all his friends, and he's got them all over in his garage, and they're drinking beers, and one of them says something about the new Marvel movie, and he fucking flips out and throws them out of the garage. I said no spoilers. So yeah, anyways, I really like Friendship, and like I said, I really want to see it again. And that's one I think kind of flew under the radar, so is worth touching on. One other thing that I've seen that I don't think you or anybody else has that I wanted to touch on. This is a TV show,
okay,
on Apple TV called Smoke.
No,
have you even heard?
I don't think I've heard of it.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think most people have. It's not getting a lot of buzz. It's never. When you figure like the new episode drops, it should be like the number one watch show on the platform, and it's never. It's like always like number 3 or 4. But Smoke. So Smoke, picture like True Detective, but it's about an arson investigator. Played by Taron Egerton, and he's working these 2 serial arsonist cases that he's trying to solve. That's what it's about. But there is a huge twist to that, and that is revealed very early on. I don't really want to say what it is because it's a fun little treat in the second episode. But just to say, if you dig shows like that, like True Detective or cop shows or whatever, it's pretty cool. And Taron, like, I'm not saying this is like anything mind-blowing or groundbreaking, but Taron Egerton is amazing in it. Like, I'm like, holy shit, this guy could do shit I didn't even know he could do. Another thing I was surprised by when I was watching it, it's like in the opening credits, it'll just say based on the podcast Firebug. And so I looked it up, and like Firebug, the podcast, is based on like a true crime incident. So I'm assuming this is pretty much a true story. I don't know how many liberties they took, but if it's based on a podcast that was a true crime podcast, I'm assuming it's basically telling the story of something that actually happened in real life in the 80s.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah. So it's like, again, it's like I feel like nobody's watching it, so that's why I wanted to make sure to bring it up. And if you're into that shit, it's entertaining. It's definitely an entertaining show. It's something to watch if you're looking for a TV show.
Yeah, I might give that a go. I should utilize my Apple TV subscription more. So
I will second that. I think Apple TV has some incredible shows. The one I was like really telling you about, I think it was last year, was Dark Matter.
Yeah. Yep.
Which you've read the book, so like you have an idea what that is.
Yeah.
Excellent. Hell's the space one that I fucking love.
For All Mankind.
Yes, For All Mankind. I love that show. I can't wait for that to come back. And there's just I don't think I've watched a show on there that I've disliked. Again, I don't think this is up there with some of them, but this is fun. But yeah, use your Apple TV. Check out some of those Apple shows. There's a few that I haven't seen, like Shrinking. I think that's what it's called.
That's the one with Harrison Ford, right?
Yeah. And then Slow Horses. I haven't checked out those two, but everyone I have checked out, I've enjoyed to some extent.
I've not, and I think season 3 just came out or is coming out. But Foundation, I watched the first season of that, and that was really good. If you like sci-fi stuff,
and that's the other thing. They have a lot of sci-fi. I haven't watched much of that. My coworker, he'll tell me about shows like that. Foundation. My coworker, if you think I watch a lot of stuff, like he keeps up on TV like nobody's business.
It's hard, man. There's so much television.
But then it's like the big things. Like he'll be like, like Andor. That was a big thing like a month or two ago, right? Like everyone's talking about. He watched like the first 3 episodes and then didn't get back to it until like everyone was done with it. I was like, yeah, it was great. I saw it a month ago. Like, yeah. But yeah, he watches like all those apps. Like I think he was telling me for a year or two to watch For All Mankind, and he was definitely right. He's definitely mentioned Slow Horses to me.
Nice.
But anyways, I guess 1 or 2 more I'll touch on. This will be real brief, and I'm bringing this up because of one of the movies we're going to be talking about tonight, and that is I watched the 4:30 movie, which is
Kevin Smith's most recent film. Yep, I saw it last year. I liked it.
Yeah, it's basically his his version of the Fablemans, where he's kind of recounting his youth. Being a kid in the 80s, going to see movies, being, having a crush. And, it's just one of those like fun little coming of age like things. And I don't know, like people hate Kevin Smith now. I'm not there with that. Like I'm kind of like you. There's like always part of me that like admires him because of what he did.
Yes.
Those 90 movies were fun. We'll talk about one of them tonight. And now he's kind of known more now as like a podcaster type guy, like podcaster videos, does live talks, and people shit on his movies. Like a lot of people just hate the dude himself, even though he's like seems like a super nice guy, and people think he like really fell off or never was anything to begin with. And like I could totally see that. Like I think a lot of his recent stuff has not been very good. And this got shat on just like the rest of it. And so like I went into it with the lowest of expectations and was like, this is pretty good. Like I dug it. It's like a fun, sweet little, it's a very small, minor movie. It's like barely 80 minutes and there's not a whole lot to it, but I just felt one thing I felt about it is that his type of humor and the things that he likes to write about, he's never done that with teenage characters. It's always been guys at least in their 20s, and it fits so much better for teenage characters, like this type of humor, that I thought that helped it a lot. But I also just think, like, I don't think he's completely lost his touch. I think that the 4:30 movie, like, if you're a fan, you should totally check it out, or you're a relapsed fan or whatever. I think it's worth checking out. Like, I thought it was totally. And I'll probably watch it again next day. You saw that, right? Christopher? Hello?
Let's see. I don't know why my mic cut out there. Do you hear me? Jeff?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, yeah. I don't know what happened there. My mic cut out. And
you were able to hear me, though.
Yeah, I could hear you, so I was like, I thought everything was fine. And I started talking, and then you were like, "Are you there?" Anyway, yeah, I saw the 4:30 movie. I liked it a lot. It's a legitimate movie. I think that's something that, like, since Tusk, he hasn't really. The Clerks 3 it's amateurish, but
there's something odd and off-putting about it. Like I loved it because I love Clerks, and like I get what he was going for. like his Jay and Silent Bob reboot. There's something very off-putting about that movie,
Yeah,
and like you said, like very amateurish. And although this like clearly is like a low budget and stuff, like I don't know, it felt like
but it
for
feels
the
like a
type
real
of movie.
movie.
Yeah, like for the type of movie it is, which is just like a teen comedy, like it felt totally like competently directed. Again,
Yes,
he's never going to be known for being like a super talented director. But again, for this type of material, like again, it's just like a teenage comedy. Like I don't expect like a whole lot of flourish to it, and so it was fine. Like and I kind of like the reason I want to bring this up is because I'm probably not going to be super nice to Dogma. I'm just table setting to let people know I like Kevin Smith, and I even liked his new movie.
that's fair.
Yeah. One, I guess, last thing we could touch on, even though this is kind of hard to talk about briefly, but I went to go see Ari Aster's new movie, Eddington.
Mm-hmm.
You're familiar with this one, I'm assuming. I'm sure
I don't know much about it, but I knew that he had a new movie out, and I don't know where I am with him anymore, man.
You never saw Beau is Afraid, I'm assuming.
No.
Don't watch that. Don't watch that. Eddington, I'd be curious to hear what you think of Eddington. So I was super intrigued by the premise of it, which is it's kind of a modern Western and also an election movie that takes place, in the Southwest. I think it's New Mexico in the summer of 2020.
Okay.
And Joaquin Phoenix is like this. He's the main character, and he's kind of a conservative guy, but he's not like a nut job. But he's kind of doesn't like the whole mask mandate thing, and he butts head with the mayor of the town, who is like the liberal guy played by Pedro Pascal, and he decides to run for mayor. Like that's the basic run for mayor against Pedro Pascal. And, we're going to bring your freedom back. Type thing. And this movie is Ari Aster working out like all his anxieties about modern society. Like it is about COVID. It is a movie about 2020, but it's also just about us now, like the world that we live in now.
Mm-hmm.
And like if there's a real, core theme to the movie, it's that your phone is the villain. It's making you insane.
That's not a bad theory.
Yeah, and I was so intrigued by all that, and it got mixed reviews when it came out. There's people that think it's a masterpiece. There's people that thought it was dog shit. Like a lot of critics hated it. But what I was picking up off the critics that hated it was that that it didn't like placate, like it didn't support their views on the matter, because the movie is not about like how you should have wore masks and look at all these dumb conservatives. It kind of pokes fun at everybody because like everybody kind of went nuts that year is kind of what he's saying. And like I got that vibe from some of the critics that didn't like it, that was their problem with it. And I was like, that wouldn't be a problem for me. Like I'm okay with him doing a little both sides with it.
Yeah.
I had specific problems with the movie that were not that. And they're kind of like spoilery, so I can't like talk about them in detail, but like I thought the climax of the film kind of comes out of nowhere. It has like a big, crazy, violent climax. And I was like, it had like there's all these plot lines that are developed over the 2.5 hours. And the climax has basically nothing to do with any of them. And it's like I didn't like that. And I also felt like what happens at the climax contradicts the point of what he was trying to say, like with the movie, which is like your phone is making you nuts, it's making you paranoid, it's making these people in a small town imagine that like this Black Lives Matter protest across the country has something to do with them and it's their problem. And then like the climax, in my opinion, goes, no, you were right to be paranoid because that's what's happening. Like the world is like we're fucked, and like everything is coming to your small town, and you were right to be like you're not nuts. you were right, and I just didn't like that. And then like there's like a short epilogue where I thought that like Ari Aster's humor was like too dark and just distasteful. Like I can't say what it is. If you see the movie, you'll know exactly what it is. So like I walked out of the movie being like, I don't know, like I didn't love that. Like again, parts of the ending bothered me. I also thought it was a little tedious. Like it's 2 hours of build up, and it's a lot of like. At some point, you're like, I get the point that you're making,
Right.
but I will say this: as time has gone, I saw this like 2 weeks ago. I've continued to think about the movie, and I think I like it better than when I walked out of the theater because I'm starting to be like, no, it's okay. Because the more I think about it, like what Ari Aster likes to do, and you'll see it if you ever saw Beau Was Afraid too. He likes to say like all of his anxieties are real and are coming from him, and so like I can kind of accept the ending more. But it's something that we could discuss if you ever do see Eddington, which I think you should. I don't think you'll hate it. Like I think Beau Was Afraid you'd hate. I think you would absolutely despise it. It's just 2.5 hours of what the fuck did I just watch? But Eddington, like it's grounded in reality, and it's a reality you'll recognize, and it's it's a subject that I don't think a lot of movies have even dared to approach yet. So, as time has gone on, I'm like, yeah, you know what? This is more worth watching. I'll leave it at that. I have so many more, but then you and I have ones that we've both seen. So I'll let you we'll talk about what you've seen. I'm sure I'll be able to chime in a bunch. But,
yeah. All right. Yeah. So I saw some films as well. I'll save the two I know that we both saw for the end here. But I saw some other new recent releases as well. I went and saw the new Jurassic World movie, Rebirth. Starring what the hell's her name?
A girl, Scarlett Johansson, baby.
Yes, Scarlett Johansson.
Widow.
Yes, Black Widow, which you just saw Black Widow too. We didn't talk about it, but
I've been on a superhero kick. We'll get into that too.
Yeah, we're going to cover superheroes shortly. Look, Jurassic World Rebirth it's not great. I thought it was entertaining enough. It does what I want. I wanted to see big dinosaurs. I wanted to see people getting eaten. It does that, right? I don't think it's as good. It's certainly not as good as Jurassic Park, which is like it's a masterpiece of a film. And then Jurassic World, the original Jurassic World, I think is a fun movie. Rebooting that franchise. This is like a second reboot of the franchise.
Yeah.
They do something funny here that they also kind of do in 28 Years Later, which we'll talk about shortly. So at the end of the Chris Pratt series, the trilogy of Jurassic World movies, there's dinosaurs everywhere. They've taken over the world again, and people just live alongside them.
Oh yeah, they're kind of just the dinosaurs couldn't survive. I heard
right. Yeah, that's just they just give you a little notation. It's we kind of need to rein this in again, otherwise it stops making any sense. So outside of dinosaurs that are in zoos, they've all kind of migrated to the equator. They live in this this zone between the equator where it's warm enough and the environment is habitable for the fauna they need to eat, and it gives them a reason to go back to the island. They go back to an island. I think it's an original island from the series. It's where they were doing basically gene experiments on dinosaurs. So it gives them a reason to have bigger dinosaurs, more vicious dinosaurs, and look, the dinosaurs, the ones they created for this, it's this weird Giga Rex thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, it looks fucking horrible. It's stupid. But the rest of it's fun. It's dinosaurs doing dinosaur things while people are in a jungle trying to escape from them. It does its job. I think it's the third best Jurassic movie. Like, is it great? No, but hey, if you look at all the Jurassic movies, there's 7 of them now.
Bad.
Most of them aren't great. Most of them aren't good. Like,
Yeah, I'd say.
So-
I haven't seen the one prior to this, but the one before that
it was so bad.
It was
Awful.
so bad. Yeah.
That is the worst Jurassic movie, I think. That second Jurassic World film.
Yeah,
that's
we're
really
like in a mansion at the end. Like what?
Yep.
And then they got like a mutant kid that they made. I'm like, what is this? Like,
yes,
this has nothing to do with what I wanted to see. What I've heard, like what you're saying, is what I've heard from people that were generous towards this movie. They're like, yeah, like there's some cool looking shit, and like they do the dinosaur action pretty well and stuff. I'm like, if you're like, I think a lot of people are hung up on Jurassic Park. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and it's like nothing's ever gonna live up to that, dude. You were fucking 8 years old or whatever when you saw it. Like,
yep.
You know, it's just nothing's gonna live up to that. And is this a fun, dinosaur movie?
It works
for people with more open minds. I've heard, it's pretty good, and I will see it when it comes out. Probably not in the theater because there's so much coming out now that I want to see.
Oh yeah. There's a ton. I just happen to using my AMC sub at the theater. They upped my subscription price, but in doing so, they also gave me an extra film a week.
Yes. Yep.
So now I have 4. So I was like, let me go see this. There's some movies I missed out on being on vacation, and so I threw Jurassic World in there and I had fun with it. It's fine. Another one I saw this past weekend. I think it's relatively new too, maybe only a week, 2 weeks old. I Know What You Did Last Summer, which is the 4th I Know What You Did Last Summer film.
Holy shit.
Yeah, there's the original, and then there was like a Freddie Prinze Jr. and Jennifer Love Hewitt. They starred in I Still Know What You Did Last Summer, which took place on like an island.
I think I saw that.
And then there was one in 2007 or so, which I don't remember. I'm not even sure if I saw it. They don't reference that one.
I still know.
Yeah, probably. This one goes back to I Know What You Did Last Summer. It weirdly also co-stars Jennifer Love Hewitt and Freddie Prinze Jr.
Doing the Halloween legacy.
The Halloween, the Scream thing, right? Like we're bringing back the legacy characters. We're going to tie it to. So we're going to have a new cast of characters, but the legacy is there, and they're going to help solve this mystery as it goes on. I don't think the original I Know What You Did Last Summer is very good.
No.
And certainly the sequel was not. This one's fine.
Yeah.
Like it's fine. It's a mediocre slasher. There's a couple like tense kills.
The one in the trailer is pretty good when he comes like through the patio with the fucking he shoots like a hook through the guy. I was like, oh, that's cool. He's like using his tools.
And that's like the first real big kill.
Yeah.
In the movie, and that might be the best one.
Okay.
It's fun enough. Freddie Prinze Jr. is in it more than Jennifer Love Hewitt. He's actually pretty decent in it. Like he's a little bit grizzled, and he has this grudge about how no one. Like the premise of this is that they just whitewashed like everything that happened in the town back when the original killer did it, so that they could make this back into a vacation hotspot for the summer. And he still kind of like holds a grudge on that. So like he's interjecting himself with these new kids. And there's a twist there that I think works. It's fun enough. It's fine. I would not rush out to the theater unless you have an AMC sub. But it was fine. It's a fine enough slasher.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting anything of it, although I almost did for that very reason go see it. Like I was like, hey, I can go. Like I've gotten into sometimes on my day off, just going to like 11 a.m. show.
Yeah,
yeah.
And that was what like I can go see this because I have the sub. So
yeah.
Another legacy, another sequel. But this one is the first film. The original film took place 29 years ago. I saw Happy Gilmore 2.
Oh yeah.
It came out on Netflix. That's not a good movie.
Yeah, nobody has said that.
But I laugh, and both, not just me, my wife and my kids laughed throughout it. Like, it's dumb. It's kind of what you expect from an Adam Sandler movie. It's full of cameos, some of which are good, some of which are terrible, some of which you're just scratching your head on, like, why? It's like Adam Sandler just called up everybody he knew and was like, hey, I want to make another movie about golf. You want to be in it? And everyone was like, yes. And he just fits it in. And sometimes those gags work. Sometimes the jokes work. Sometimes they're really bad. Like he has 4 kids, 4 boys and a daughter. So he has 5 kids. The boys are terrible. They're just like stereotypical Boston Bruins fans. Like shitty, stereotypical Boston people. I did not find anything that they were involved in funny, but the rest of it, it doesn't have the heart of the original movie. The original movie, if you go back and watch it, it's also not a great movie, but it's fun.
Yeah,
this one's fun.
Yeah, I thought it was. I wasn't into Adam Sandler back in the day. Like I didn't think like that whole era. Like everyone loved Happy Gilmore, and I thought like kind of Billy Madison was funnier, but like the only one I really thought I really liked was, and I still do like a lot, is The Wedding Singer.
The Wedding Singer is a legitimately good movie.
Yeah, but people are very fond of Happy Gilmore and whatever. Like, maybe I'll watch it. I don't know.
Like there was enough that we laughed through like the 90 minutes or whatever it was. There's stuff where I was like, oh, that's not good. That's groan worthy. But for the most part, we laughed throughout it. It was good enough. Mentioned 28 years later. We both saw that. You saw it before me, and we're like, hey, this is really fucking good.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, I wasn't like super pumped about it, but I do like zombie movies. And yeah, they pull it off. Like they also do the same thing that happened in Jurassic World, where shit happened in a previous movie. So 28 weeks later, I believe, was the original sequel.
Yeah.
At the end of that, they kind of show the rage virus taking over the rest of Europe. Danny Boyle and Alex Garland are like, nah, or fuck that. Like, we pushed that shit back. We got rid of the virus. It's only on the British Isles. So everything is kind of quarantined there. They make it a smaller film, and I think the first half is like really disturbingly shot. It's disorienting. Like it's really good, but it's like sometimes hard to like watch. The like inner cuts, like night vision shots of zombies, and it was like very kind of disturbing.
How about the shit very early on where it's like he's just like cutting in old war footage,
and
like playing poems over it, and I thought it was like that shit. Like I said in my review, that's like it reminded me of like Oliver Stone. It was just like completely unhinged, crazy directing. Like you'd watch like an Oliver Stone movie like any given Sunday, and he's like cutting in shots of like warriors and chariots and stuff. You're like, what is this have to do with fucking football? And kind of the same shit here, but like it like to me like it's crazy knowing that Danny Boyle's like in his 60s, I think. This felt like the movie of a young director, like especially early on. I was like, this is fucking like he's really going for it here, you know?
Yeah, no, he's almost 70 too. Like he's 68 years old. Yeah, very kinetic.
Yeah, like, yeah, that's what I was going for. Yeah.
Yeah, like kind of like a spastic. I felt very uncomfortable watching it. Just like gave me a very like on edge feeling for the first half, and then there's a shift. There's a storyline shift as well, and you kind of get the main, I guess, thrust of this is like this boy taking his mom to a doctor that is on the mainland.
Yeah.
And like, so that's like the rest of the film is like him walking with her to this and their adventure on the way. And you kind of get the feeling that like something's wrong with his mom, and you probably can like piece it together what's wrong with her.
Yeah, I had it by the time they were there.
Yeah.
At first I thought she was like had mental health issues.
Yeah, definitely. Like at the beginning.
But then like pretty quickly I was like, oh no, she's like sick.
Yeah, she's actually sick, not just like she's just like off her rocker. Although they do, there's a great scene where this son has decided he's the man now, because he's left his dad behind on the island, and he's trying to protect his mom, and so he like tells her, no, you go to sleep and I'll stand watch, and he falls asleep, and then there's this like, which is a nice callback too, because it's the same zombie that they don't kill in earlier in the film, him and his dad, when they're out hunting. They let this walker get away, and this thing is like slowly crawling up. And there's just this great scene where the zombie is murdered, but you see that the mom has woken up and she's the one that takes care of it. It's like just a really cool shot.
Yeah.
And yeah, like as we said, there's something wrong with her. At the end, they end up having to deal with death in a very direct way outside of just like the rage virus. And it's touching. It's just a super sweet movie.
It is. It blew me away, man. Like, I think this might be my favorite movie of the year because, like, I'm going in, like, I used to love 28 Days Later. I rewatched it and 28 Weeks this year, and I thought they were both, like, obviously 28 Days Later is a classic, but like parts of it don't hold up. Like, visually, it looks like shit now.
Yep.
28 Weeks Later is an okay zombie movie, and so, like, I wasn't, like, super pumped going into this, but, like, for a while, I was getting kind of the movie I expected, and then it just veers into, like, this meditation on the nature of death, and like, think of how all these people, like, all those zombies you saw, those are people, and they deserve to be honored, and, like, everyone has to die, and, like, I'm a death-obsessed person. One of the movies I didn't talk about was The Life of Chuck, which I think is another really fun meditation. Not really fun, but, if you're like me, obsessed with death, and, like, you just think about it too much, like, that was a good movie, I thought. And this, like out of nowhere becomes, like, this super emotional. Like, I was literally in the last 20 minutes of this movie, which I did not expect going in to see a 28 days, 20 years later zombie movie. Like, did not expect it, dude. And
yeah.
It caught me, like, off guard, and so, like, I really loved it because of that. Like, I don't want to go into specifics, but, like, yeah, the last, like, 20 minutes of this movie, like, kind of blew me away. I was just, holy shit! I was not, like, emotionally prepared for that, even though I knew, like, going in, I was like, I know the score here. I know what, like, they're going on this quest, but I know what the quest is going to equal, like, kind of, and but it still blew me away regardless.
Yep. Yeah, it's really good. I think we're a little split on the ending.
It's it's great.
It's so weird, especially after watching the film. You kind of described it as like it's a Boyle and Garland kind of saying, "Hey, the next movie is going to be completely different," and that's fine. I just thought it was super weird. Like,
everybody did. Everybody, like, there are people who, like, docked it in their review. Like, I'm docking a point for, like, what the like, disastrous tonal shift, and I was like, that's just, like, to me, a sign of, like, someone that's just like, fuck the rules. Like, you're like, I literally was like, again, wiping away tears 5 minutes before the ending, and then the
And
ending
laughing.
comes, and it's insane. Like it's just like insane. Like what was that? Like
what the hell am I watching? There's such a weird tonal shift.
I did bring up to you though that there is an in-movie explanation for the tonal shift. That is that these characters you meet at the end have been watching Power Rangers for 20 years. But something to chew on. I thought, but I just think like to me, it's just like such a like your average bland director would never make a move like that in the last 10 seconds of a movie, and this I was just like, whoa, okay. Like even my wife, who's not like a movie nerd like us at all, she's just like, what the fuck was that ending?
It's wild, and I'm excited. Like supposedly the film is done really well, for what it is. So I'm like really kind of excited to see what they do next with it.
Yeah.
So I'm on board. And then the other, I guess the biggest movie of the summer we both saw Superman.
Yeah.
I'm not a Superman fan.
Okay.
I like Superman 2.
Me too. That's my favorite one.
Yeah, like that's the one. I've just never been super compelled by the character, but James Gunn does a really good job here. This is a fun superhero Superman movie. Really, really well done. I think I wrote in my little Twitter review. I think Nicholas Hoult is really good as Lex Luthor. Yeah. I can't think of the guy's name who plays Superman, but he's really fucking good. And then the lady that plays Lois Lane, she's giving me fucking Margot Kidder vibes. Like,
yeah, I can see that.
Spot on Lois Lane from those films. It was fun. I don't know if I necessarily needed the Justice Gang, but they worked. They worked enough. Mr. Terrific stuff was fun. Nathan Fillion's Green Lantern is hysterical. Like he's just a dick. So like I had a good time with it throughout. I thought it was fun. They made Superman vulnerable. Crypto's fucking awesome. Like it's a good movie. It's really, really good.
The movie throws you in like there's a little text at the beginning setting up what's going on.
Yeah.
But then it's like, 3 centuries ago, the metahumans revealed themselves. But then it's like, 3 minutes ago, Superman lost his first fight. And like, you're dropped into him getting his ass kicked. Like, that's the start of the movie. Superman getting his ass kicked. I was like, that's awesome. Like, just getting right to it. And that extends to like, if there's a criticism of the movie, it's like super overstuffed. Like, there's so many fucking comic characters that would normally be the type of shit I hate. And again, it's like I don't know who any of these fucking characters are. Like, and it does. Like the beginning, it doesn't like set them up or explain them or anything. It's just like it's like you'll figure it out. So like again, I have no idea who Mr. Terrific is or what his powers are or what. But like by the end, I was like, I don't know, he's like a tech guy or something. But like I enjoyed his character. I enjoyed Nathan Fillion's Green Lantern. Excuse me. And I think that like if you like James Gunn's Guardian of the Galaxy movies, this feels a lot like them.
Oh, very much, yeah.
And so like if that's what I would say for people who have not given Superman a shot yet. If you like Guardians, you'll probably like it. If you hate Guardians, you probably won't like it. But there's 2 things that I want to touch on that I love. One is Crypto. I think that's what like sold me my wife on the movie. Like obviously she sees a cute dog, she wants to go see it. He is part Schnauzer, which is our we have a Schnauzer, and he has like the personality of our dog. So like a lot of that was just so fun and like like not to spoil like I guess minor spoilers about Crypto, but there's like a part where you find out Crypto's real owner, and she like lets him like run all over her, And he's like, yeah, that's why he has behavioral issues. And it was like literally me and my wife, like I think that's exactly it. I'm like, yeah, that's why he has behavioral issues. There's another scene I love. I love this scene. It's probably my favorite scene in the movie. Is a part. It's at night, and I think they're at Lois's apartment, and they're talking about punk rock of all things.
Yep.
And I do love Superman has a line there. He's like, maybe being nice is the real punk rock, which I think is kind of the thesis of the movie. But in the background during the scene, there's like a giant superhero battle happening in the
just
background.
happening. Yes,
like outside their window. It's like all silent, but you just see it in the distance. It was so funny to me, like how commonplace like superhero shit was in this world that could happen while they're not even like commenting. And then they do finally comment on it, and he's like, "Oh yeah, they got it covered." He's like, "I was more worried about crypto." I don't know. And it just, I walked out of the theater just feeling good. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like a positive movie. And I hate to admit this, but I kind of like teared up at the final shot of the movie. They show him the video that he likes to watch. Oh
yeah, that is so good because at the beginning it's a different video.
Yes,
and then they show it's like so good, and
it's perfect. It like hits you right in the heartstrings, and it leaves you in a good mood, man. It just left me in a good mood.
What I think James Gunn did really well here is like, we still get Mom, Pa Kent throughout, like, but they're not. We don't have to go through different. They're very different, but we also don't have to like watch him land on Earth again and then grow him up, and then like it just throws you in. It's like who Superman is. Like you know,
I've seen these movies.
We're not going to treat you like an idiot. This shit's been going on for fucking 47 years.
And like, even if you had, like, the movie does drop enough like info as you go along to be like, okay, he came to Earth. His real parents sent him here because their planet was like, that's all you need to know, and you could pepper it in throughout the movie. Which they did. So and again, I don't know who half the fucking superheroes were in this and what their powers were or whatever, but it didn't really matter. I was just having fun with it. Like,
it's a good time. So I'm super surprised that I came out of like a Superman movie and I'm like, it was really fucking good.
You say this, but didn't you like? I think we both liked Man of Steel as well, which is a way different take.
Different take on it, but I think that was why I liked Man of Steel too, because it was like a completely different take from. Because they did Superman Returns back like a few years before that, and it was like
slavish to the original. Yeah.
And this has hints of Christopher Reeve's Superman.
It does, and it plays the theme sort of.
Yeah, it's like a variation on it, but it's also it feels more modern. It feels hopeful, right? Like this is what a hero should be. And this is why he's striving for that. And it was like, it just made you feel good watching it. I was like, all right, I've never really liked Superman as a character, but I'm on board. This is fun. This is a good time.
You say I'm bored. Like, one of the first things I said to my wife out of theater, I was like, if they make a part 2, I'm going to see that.
Absolutely.
It was a fun time. Like, I had a blast with it.
I mean, you know that we're going to get like 14 other movies from DC. So I think next year is the Supergirl movie is next year, I believe. But
yes, but also next year is a body horror movie about Clayface. So I think James Gunn has the right instincts of let these movies be their own thing. And, so we could do a little horror movie about Clayface.
Yeah.
And I hope that they don't try to tie it all in together. I get the feat that Marvel pulled off with the MCU, right? And that's cool. Like, it is cool. Like, they built it up through all these movies and it built up to Endgame. But I think even Marvel realizes it's time to let that go. Like, just make good movies and don't care about tying it into the next thing and the next thing. I think that did start to hurt Marvel too a little bit over time. Like,
it's
you have to know everything to watch one movie. Like,
Yeah, it's the Marvel has gotten so convoluted, and like I've seen all the Marvel movies, but it's like, man, like,
it's like, unless you eat or sleep it, like you have to, like, you know,
and you got to watch all the TV shows, which I'm not doing.
Yeah,
and it's like it's hard, man. Like it's ridiculous. I hope that like you can like throw little nuggets in here and there. You know, like Supergirl obviously going to be, she's going to interact with Superman.
I didn't feel like, for how overstuffed this was with shit, though, it didn't feel too much like they were setting up other things. It just felt like these are characters in this world. Right. So again, I just hope that they let it, like, maybe if you want, like, maybe you have a movie like, if you're doing Superman 2, then you're gonna have things tie into Superman 1 or whatever. Like, if it makes sense to do it, but then let there be other, like, let yourself just do other things that don't have to be connected. It doesn't have to be like, one of the things I kind of really enjoyed Black Widow is that they kept talking about the Avengers and shit that happened with the Avengers, and it really wasn't important to the plot of that movie. But they just felt the need to keep bringing up Tony Stark and Captain America. And it's just like, dude, you have your own, like, cool little Russian spy story here. Just let it be what it is.
Yeah.
And, like, maybe tangentially touch on, like, which they're trying to do, but, like, they just did it too much. Like, anyways, me over here also become the superhero movie expert.
And real brief before we cut out, also saw the other big superhero movie, Fantastic Four. Ooh. Won't talk long about it. Saw it today. I liked it. It's very weird because it does not take place in the same universe as the rest of the MCU.
I think we're resetting. I think again, that's what I'm saying. I think they learned, like, okay, it's now time to, like, just do our own, like, just make a movie that's good and reset it, right?
I mean, I don't know, because then, like, the end of it is, they show Doctor Doom. They couldn't help
themselves.
And he's already been revealed as Robert Downey Jr. is going to be playing, and it's like that's the next movie. The next time we'll see Fantastic Four is in the Avengers Doomsday. So it's like, I don't know if they have learned their lesson, but Fantastic Four was fun. Like, it has a cool visual style.
Cool. Yeah.
It's a cool sci-fi, kind of, it's a sci-fi superhero movie. Like, it's a good time. It's not Guardians. It's not Ant-Man. It has its own style, its own vibe, and it's a good one. I enjoyed it. I don't like the Fantastic Four as characters either. It's weird. Like, the two superheroes I'm not, like, super big on. Like, they have really good movies for both of them. So, good time for superhero movies right now.
Yeah, they're coming back a little bit.
All right. That was a lot. We talked about a lot of movies.
We're going to talk about 10 more probably.
Yeah. But let's cut into our main event here of Dogma by Kevin Smith and Saved by Brian Donnelly, directed by Brian Donnelly. Two religious comedies, late 90s, early 2000s, mid 2000s, I guess, 2004 for Saved. Dogma, as Jeff already mentioned, directed by Kevin Smith. And that's the one we're going to start with.
Is this why I had to come down here this morning, man? Is this why I had to miss my cartoons? You call me, you tell me it's important.
We're going home.
Take it, man, and quit leering at me. People are going to think I just broke up with you.
Two fallen angels have just discovered a loophole that can get them back into heaven.
Outstanding work!
All they have to do is get to Red Bank, New Jersey. There's only one problem.
What are you? What do you want with me?
Stop a couple of angels from entering and thus negating all existence. I hate it when people need it spelled out for them.
Now,
I'm to charge you with a holy crusade.
One person has been chosen to stop them, but she won't have to do it alone.
I'm Jay. This is my head of a life mate, Silent Bob.
You gotta be kidding me.
Prophets, in a manner of speaking.
What about sex?
No sex.
Guys, I guess just don't follow the sky, you know?
Oh, that sucks!
What are you?
I was the 13th apostle.
You knew Christ.
No, brother owes me $12. I thought she looked familiar.
Let me guess. 14th Apostle.
I'd like 2 tickets to New Jersey, please.
Jersey's sold out, sir. I suggest you not underestimate the staggering drawing power of the Garden State.
They're successful. You, me, all of this ends in a heartbeat. I feel like Han Solo, you're Chewie, and she's Ben Kenobi.
Prepare to taste God's wrath.
Anyone who isn't dead or from another plane of existence would do well to cover their ears right about now.
The whole world's against us, dude. I swear to God.
What's he like?
God, it's got a great sense of humor. Take sex, for example.
Sex is a joke in heaven.
The way I understand it, it's mostly a joke down here, too.
Get it?
Star-studded cast: Ben Affleck, Matt Damon, George Carlin, Chris Rock, Salma Hayek, Alan Rickman. There's a lot going on here. 25
Jason
years.
Lee.
Jason Lee, yeah. Obviously Kevin Smith, Jason Mewes, Janine Garofalo is in the beginning.
Yeah. Did you mention Carlin?
No. Oh yeah. George Carlin. Yes,
Carlin,
I did.
yeah, it's fucking crazy.
Yeah, he's like the cast is nuts, and this is at the height of Kevin Smith's powers, I believe.
Yep.
Like he's gonna do this on a modest budget. Did it for $10 million. And he's gonna make money. He made $45 million at the box office, so he made his money back and then some. Yeah. Dogma.
Jeez, it's a lot, I think.
Yeah. So I mean, you saw Dogma 25 years ago.
I saw it in the theater. Yeah. I saw it when it came out in the theater. Yep.
I've not seen it in a long time. I did have a Blu-ray, which I ended up having to mail to Jeff.
That's another story.
So that he could watch it, because despite only having it in theaters for like 3 days, he still has not released it to digital yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is Kevin Smith working through his religious background,
It's Catholicism. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Catholicism, and dealing with the fact that I think his brother had come out as gay not too long before this. So he has some complicated feelings on religion and stuff that he's working out here in this movie, and we'll get into the plot. But Jeff, like, what do you remember about Dogma before you rewatched it this time out?
I remember, if I'm being honest, what I remember wanting to like it more at the time when I saw it, but not like loving it as much as like I've always been a Clerks, like Chasing Amy guy. Like those are the ones I really like from back in the day, and I was pretty fucking pumped and hyped for Dogma. One, I think because of the cast, and two, like I kind of knew this was like Kevin Smith, like really pouring his heart into. Like I knew, at least what I remember reading back in the day, is that like it was a script that he had written when he was much younger, like when he before he had made Clerks. It was something that him kind of like working out his religious, his Catholicism through this like epic. So it was like his is like Kevin Smith's attempt at an epic. I remember like back in the day liking it when it came out, but also being like, yeah, I don't think I'd like that as Chasing Amy. Chasing Amy is the best. And like even Chasing Amy now, if you watch it now, I think it's got issues.
Yes, definitely.
But my memory at the time was like it wasn't my favorite, but I'd still at that point put Kevin Smith on this pedestal. So like, I think I couldn't quite see the flaws with it that I definitely saw this time.
Similar for me, although I love Dogma.
You've always liked it, yeah. I think like, again, for some people are like you, and then there's people now that'll say it's the best movie. So,
for me, it was, and growing up Catholic, going to Catholic school for until through high school, basically. Like this dealt with a lot of stuff that I also felt. So
yeah. I guess I should lay out too. Like, I was raised Catholic as well, but like my parents weren't religious. I think they just like, oh, that'll be good for him, And so I went to like CCD. Like it was like a night once a week.
Yes.
Through like middle school, like again, high school, I wasn't doing it anymore. I've never been super religious, despite being like raised Catholic, and like again, like my parents weren't like, God will do this, or like they didn't. It was just like, yeah, you gotta go learn that too, because that's a thing. Like that was my Catholic upbringing. So like,
yeah, definitely, that's a lot of people, right? Like,
yeah, but like like the movies and stuff that are about that, like it don't. Despite me growing up that way, it doesn't like land with me as much, because I'm just like, yeah, it was just like a stupid thing I had to go do. Like, like right. I don't know, you know what I mean? Like, it wasn't like ingrained into my soul, like the way I know a lot of Catholics, like, they get kind of beaten down by the religion growing up, and I just never that way about it.
Yeah, well, so 12 years of Catholic school, like,
that's a little different experience.
Yeah, and then like, part of the thing is like, I don't know how it is everywhere, but here in Philly, like if you go to Catholic school, like if you want to maintain the amount of money that it costs to go to the school, you have to go to church every week. So like
no.
Yeah. So it's like, it's not just go to school in Catholic school and then be taught religion and kind of have like nuns teaching you and a religion class and maybe church once a week at school. It was also like, as a family, you had to go on Saturday or Sunday to church as well. So it was like, it was a thing that you did. And yeah, that is why a lot of Catholics kind of get beaten down by it, because it's a lot, man.
Well, it's also like it's a very domineering or whatever. I don't like.
Yes.
Like if you are super into religion, it's all about guilt and
the Catholic faith is very much, and they get into that in Dogma a bit, like where there's a lot of guilt being pushed on by the religious hierarchy. So yeah, like my 12 years of Catholic school, growing up with a very Catholic mother. And Catholic grandparents, like it has, it's shaped kind of like a lot of what I also would not just like how I think, because I'm not very religious on that front anymore. However, I believe about what I do. It's not in a church for most things, but it has fashioned a lot of my kind of tastes on horror and like comedy and stuff. Like, I mean, we've been doing this for 6 years and movie dudes for years before that. A lot of the films I like to like take a look at are like religious horror. Like, so it's like The Exorcist and shit like that.
Yeah.
That has like a religious tint to it. So that's where I come from this. And watching it in 1999, 3 years after I had graduated high school, had just kind of like, I'm no longer tied to having to go to church all the time. This was like kind of like a revelation at the time for me. And I loved Kevin Smith, right? So it's like I had that thing going at that point. So like this hit on all notes for me 25 years ago. We'll see how I feel about it at the end of our discussion here. Premise of the film is that Bartleby and Loki, Matt Damon, Ben Affleck, they are fallen angels. They've been cast out of heaven because Bartleby, who is Ben Affleck, he kind of convinces Loki, who is Matt Damon, who is also the Angel of Death, to resign because they're killing people and for what reason? God kicks him out of heaven. They read through the newspaper, and Bartleby notices that there's a loophole. There's a way for them to go back to heaven. And so this whole thing is like their quest to do that. Meanwhile, that's the bad side of it. The good side is there's like this group that has to stop them from doing that, because if the loophole is discovered, then it basically unwinds all of creation. In doing so. So it's like this weird, like well thought out, I would say.
No,
concept.
Absolutely. It is like someone who is steeped in this stuff, who's really thought about it.
Yeah. I like Affleck and Damon as Bartleby and Loki. I think they have some really good dialogue together. Yeah, then we meet Bethany, who is supposedly a descendant of God in some way.
Is it of Jesus or
of Jesus, I believe, or
I guess same in a way. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, and so she's kind of cast by the Metatron, who is the voice of God, played by Alan Rickman, who is just having a good time in this. I think everybody's kind of having a good time in this, but he seems like he's really enjoying it. He tells Bethany, "Hey, you gotta go and you gotta stop these angels, save the universe, because God is missing in this sense." And so she doesn't believe it. She's not into it. But then Jay and Silent Bob kind of meet up with her and ask her for a ride back to New Jersey.
Don't they say that they're prophets?
Yeah. Well, so that is what Alan Rickman, the Metatron, says. Like, you will come across two prophets, and like, Jay says, we need to do this for profit, like PROFIT. And she's like, you got to be kidding me. And, like it's because it's Jay and Silent Bob, and they're crass and unruly, but they line up and they go. She gets them a ride.
This is a notion that it exists among religious people and evangelicals. I don't know how I just thought of this. I don't mean to drag him into this, but like,
no.
They'll be like Trump. He's a flawed figure, but he's like God's tool.
Yes,
we have that's kind of what chickens sound like. They're complete total fuck ups that are not religious at all. But it's like, no, God is working through them. You have to follow them.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. Like, and it's a very religious notion, right? Like that God, something you heard a lot in Catholic school, and like, oh, God works in mysterious ways. You have to trust the plan, and it's like, okay, but yeah. So she trusts the plan, and she jumps on board. At some point, Chris Rock falls from the sky and joins them. They go to a bar. They go to a strip club where Salma Hayek's stripping, and she's a muse. So like, there's just the countryside is just riddled with religious figures that they keep running across. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense. They got to fight a fucking shit monster in that strip club, which is a very weird scene.
How do you feel? Like, I do remember when I first saw it in the theater, not thinking the shit monster was funny, and I still am just like, whatever. And like, it looks terrible. Like, it
looks like shit, not like actual shit. It just looks like shit. Yeah, I thought it was amusing when I saw it originally. This time out, it did not work. Like,
did you catch
all.
What he's supposed to be? he is from the shit of people that were executed with Jesus, like
yes, because he is
like people who died, they shit the shit
yes.
the ground and it turned into the shit monster.
So yeah, they said that, because Jesus is crucified on Golgotha, it's just like this like hill where they executed everybody. And yes, that is what I think they lay that out a little bit too. Like,
no, they say it. I'm just like, what? I didn't remember that's what that was.
No, and I'd forgotten about it again.
Is that from the Bible?
No. No, but it's another, like, it doesn't work, but it's another like creative like use of religious lore and like, oh, what if you did crucify people, they probably would shit themselves. And like, what would you do with it? Like, they're not going to like put it in a bag. They'd probably just shovel it off to the side. So like, Kevin Smith thought this shit through. Whether it works or not is like, he thought this shit through. Anyway, we keep cutting back and forth between the prophets and Bethany going to Jersey, and also Bartleby and Loki going to Jersey. They stop off at a movie's headquarters for a scene that I still think is pretty funny, where it's just this board meeting. Movies is, if you watch any of the Kevin Smith movies, it is a fast food restaurant akin to like Burger King or McDonald's. But they're
it kind of acts like it's standing for Disney.
Yeah,
it's the big evil corporation
that has literally has a golden calf as their mascot. So yeah, they go there, and Bartleby and Loki give like this big speech and start laying out judgment on everybody in there. I think it's amusing. They don't kill the one lady.
She's the only good one.
Yeah, Matt Damon is he looks like he is having a fucking ball during this scene. He's just going off.
It's a fun, like, a little speech about how everyone sucks. Everyone's evil in the room. Yeah,
like it's a good time. So I think that scene still works. Then they end up on a train. Go ahead.
I want to pause on that real quick.
Yeah,
because I think it does point out. I think there's a problem in this movie, and the problem is the movie is too ambitious for like Kevin Smith's skills as a director.
Absolutely.
And in that scene, when the violence is about to happen, they cut away because Kevin Smith just does not know how to shoot. And there's an action scene on the train. It's terrible later on. It's like because he just doesn't know how to do that. Like that's not his like. And so I think that. Those two things like create a tension in the movie for me. Like on this watch, I was just like, "Oh my god!"
No, you're absolutely right because like what I'm seeing that I like about it is like all the thought that Kevin Smith put into it, like all the lore and all the interconnections and like. And I think if he had handed this off to like a better director, we could have had such a much better movie. That's just would have worked better.
They would have. In my opinion, rightly cut out some of the thought in it, but we'll get into that too. Like in my final thoughts.
We end up, as Jeff said, they end up on a train. All of them, both Bartleby and Loki, and the crew going to stop them. They don't realize they're talking to each other until Chris Rock kind of like, oh shit, they're the dudes. They're the dudes we're trying to kill, and they have another action scene on this train that's not great. We finally get a revelation that Bethany is she's what they call the last scion because she is related to Jesus, which lays it out like because that's not something that Catholics believe. Like they don't believe that there was ever. That there is no bloodline of Jesus. That's like a big myth. That's a big thing that the Catholics don't believe in. But he throws that in here. We also get that what the hell is his name? Azrael, another fallen angel, who is down with Lucifer in hell, basically a middle manager of demons at this point. He is trying to basically unwind creation. So he knows what'll happen if Bartleby and Loki are able to get back into heaven, and he wants it all. He wants everything to just unravel because he's tired of being in hell. So he's kind of been the one pulling all the strings all this time. And he has like this group of like fucking skater punks. Like they run around with hockey sticks on rollerblades.
It's literally the opening scene of the movie is them killing somebody. You're like, what is going on here? Like
bust into that house. Yeah.
That's how you know like you're in for like Kevin Smith trying to do an epic. It's like this murder, like you have no idea what it is.
It's not explained at all. And yeah. So ultimately they end up in Jersey. They end up at the Cardinal where played by George Carlin. They end up there, and the big finale kind of happens with them stopping Bartleby and Loki from crossing the threshold. God re-reveals herself. It's Alanis Morissette. And and everyone lives happily ever after, I guess. I don't know. I didn't love it this time out, and I think you're probably you're on the same side of that. I like things about it. There's a lot I still like about it. I just don't think it's as good as I thought 25 years ago.
Yeah. Like my opinion from 25 years ago, like I said, it was like, I think I like this. Like, this is good. Like, but like, I never, like back then, I did not like it as much as this other movie.
Yeah.
And now watching it, I'm just like, I think it's easily as like, it's I hate to say it because like it's very intelligent script and it's the last movie he did it's the only movie he's ever done that was like even close to this ambitious. So you like kind of have to give him credit for having the stones to like really try to up his game here. But it's just like, again, there's the tension I already described, which is like he's trying to do an epic movie, but like he does not have the skills as a director to do that. Like he just doesn't. And then the other problem for me is like it's so steeped in the Catholic dogma that like so much of the movie is a scene starts and then he's explaining to you who the character is and why they're there because it's from the Bible and like that is, dude, it is seriously like go back and clock it on the movie. I would say that's like half the movie is people explaining who they are and why they're there. And like there's a point I think I've seen the train scene where someone's explaining this shit to fucking Linda Fiorentino and she's finally like, I've had enough. Like I don't know if I could take much more of this. And like that's literally how I felt.
Yeah, that's right after the train scene. That's when they jump off and Alan Rickman is kind of like explaining it all to her. And she just like kind of has a breakdown.
Much. Yeah. It's like information overload for like most of the movie. And to me, like it sinks the movie. Like, so that's what I was saying. Like if you gave this to another director, they would direct it better. And they would also like trim it a little bit with the like explaining everybody. I get that you have to in a way because like not everyone's going to know who these biblical characters are. But like, dude,
but there's also, I think there's
too much.
There's like places where you don't like. They spend a lot of time explaining the Muse, which is Salma Hayek's character,
and that's when I think that's what broke me. It was that.
Yeah, like you don't. She's serendipity isn't. She's not that important to everything. Like you don't need to explain everything about her. You don't need to have a 5-minute scene like laying all that out. You probably don't need a 5-minute scene on like, explaining who Bartleby and Loki are or who Azrael is or Rufus. Like there's like a 10-minute scene after fucking Chris Rock appears on the kind of like laying out how he's the 13th apostle. Like
Yeah.
do we really need that? Like, yeah, you're 100% on with that. This is 128 minutes long, and you could probably
huge.
cut you could cut 20-25 minutes of it if you just got rid of like some of the exposition, and it would probably make for a tighter film. Doesn't make the action better. Like, there's this supposedly super epic like battle that happens where Bartleby is just going off his fucking rocker, killing everybody
at the end, right?
Yeah, and like they don't
like it's just not. Yeah, it's not.
They show like one person dropping. Like
it's not well. Yeah, done.
Yeah.
I like where the movie's heart is. Like,
yeah,
in the train scene, there's a scene where like Chris Rock as Rufus is like kind of lays out the premise, like, or the thesis of the movie, which is like, I like ideas better than beliefs. Like, beliefs, like you get too like, I think I wrote down he's like, I think it's better to have ideas. You could change an idea. Belief is trickier. People die for it. People kill for it. Like things like that. I was like, I really liked where his heart was with it. It's like someone wrestling with their faith and with like the religion. It's just not as fun as this other early movie. It's kind of a lot. Like, I think it like falls under the weight of everything. And
his other movies, I think as you said, like Chasing Amy is not as easy to go back to either. But even there, like it's at least a simpler premise.
It's what he excels at, which is like character, like couple comedies, like about being involved in like
people,
like just relationships. Which like, and again, it's like he has his own faults that carry over into there too. Like if you watch it now, it's like I remember when I was a kid, like I went and saw Chasing Amy in the 12. When Ben Affleck gives that big speech to her in the car about how much he loves her, I thought it was the greatest thing that had ever been written. And you watch it now, it's like, dude, nobody talks like that. No one would be able to go on a 5-minute speech like that. Like that's just not.
You're not going to monologue like that.
Yeah, it's not. That's just not real to life. But like, that one still clicks for me more than this, which is just like. Again, I appreciate where his heart is. Like, how ambitious it is, but it's like out of his early movies, it's like my least favorite, easily. And I would probably put some of his late, like I would put the 4:30 movie above it. I hate to say,
that's fine.
I hate to say it because, like, again, like I wish he was still as relevant a filmmaker as he was here. Like he was relevant enough at the time that when this came out, he decided to put 3 disclaimers at the beginning of the movie. Like he's like he knew people would see this and like it might be like it also might speak to how like this might have been controversial at the time and now who would give a fuck.
Oh, there's some funny stuff about this.
I know some of the lore.
Yeah,
him going to protest the movie.
Yes, he went and joined protest of the movie outside. Like
idea. One, that goes to show he was relevant. There was a time when Kevin Smith was super relevant. But 2, people would go to protest this, which had like a very. I think it's someone who's like super respectful of religion in a way. Like,
absolutely, he doesn't like. Sure, there are. I mean, he's crass. Kevin Smith is like he tells like bawdy humor. And his jokes are like that, but he's not really blasphemous here. He's not saying that like God doesn't exist or
no, it's
he's very much somebody that believes that.
It's someone that deeply cares about this stuff. Like,
and that it's a messy subject to kind of touch on. But ultimately he believes in I think like what you said that the Rufus piece where believing in ideas instead of actual belief is where he kind of like ends up with this.
Yeah, and I think it
you know,
has to do with what you said, with like he has like a brother that is gay, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it had to do with that. Like him wrestling with being told you'll go to hell if you have an impure thought for the first 20 years of his life, but then also going like, you guys are telling me my brother is going to hell, like.
And he's like, my brother's a good right? Like my brother's a good person. He's doing good things. Like he's not hurting anybody. Why would God just send him to hell just because he's gay, right? Like so, yeah, it's somebody definitely battling with that, with the dogma that he's grown up with. I agree with you. I don't think it certainly does not hold up well 25 years later.
I hate to say it because, if you love it, that's fine. But like, just for me, like, look, dude, before, because it's getting this re-release and all that, it was going to be I was going to buy. I'm like, that's not happening. Like, I'm just like, I don't think I need to ever see this again. I think it feels too much like homework watching, and
yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad we sat down and watched it. I'm not like upset that we rewatched it, but yeah, I don't.
No,
I don't see myself going back and rewatching this again anytime soon, or maybe ever. Like, I still had fun with it. No.
Yeah, 'cause imagine this movie. How much better it'll look in 4K.
No. And we watched it with my kids, and I don't think like they did not find it amusing at all either. Like the jokes just don't quite land the same way, and they also like I did not bring them up Catholic, so they don't have that tie at all. So yeah, it's very, very different for them. They did not, and I was like, huh. Like, I mean, I watched it originally with, all my friends, and like, but we all gone to Catholic school for 12 years. So it's like, it's a different viewing experience at that time, especially we had just graduated high school a few years before. So different viewing experience in 25 years removed.
Kevin Smith is the shit back at this moment.
Yes,
like,
absolutely.
If you're a college-aged kid, he was the shit. Like,
yeah.
So.
He was, and like at that point, like I'm like, yeah, and Kevin Smith, I'm gonna go watch fucking everything.
Yeah.
Like I mean, I'll still hold water for him through 2004, or 2006, really. Even Clerks 2 is a great movie, I think.
Zach and Barry, I think it's very good.
Yeah. So like he was relevant for the next decade after this. But
this is kind of the end of his first run, I think. Like,
yes,
this and Jimmy Silent Bob, like, kind of marked the end of his first run.
Yes,
which will always be the run.
He tried to go back and like, Jersey Girl tried to do something different,
which I have not seen. Have you seen Jersey Girl?
I like Jersey Girl. I have not seen it since 2004, but
Nelson swears by that movie. He it's his favorite Kevin Smith movie is Jersey Girl. I still haven't seen it.
I think it's a very sweet movie. I think it's hysterical that Jennifer Lopez dies like immediately in that movie. Yeah, like I like Jersey Girl. I think it's good. Yeah, I would give it a go if
I should
out there somewhere.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that is Dogma. Jeff, what are you rating Dogma here?
I hate to do this to my boy, but a 5.
All right, that's not. I think that's fair based on what we talked about. I'm going with a 6 here. It's a 3 out of 5 type movie for me. It's not one that I think the mysticism behind it, especially being lost for being locked behind Miramax and the Weinsteins for years, that like I had built it up a little bit more, even though I owned it, right? It was just sitting on my shelf for years.
I get it.
But I hadn't watched it, and like, oh man, like I think I built it up a little bit more.
Oh, there was a little hype for it this summer, and there were a lot of critics being like, that was the last time he was good, and blah, blah, blah. Like, and I get it. Whatever. It's cool that it's back, like, and it'll be available at some point.
No, you can go watch it in what is it, 4D? Is that the the smell-o-vision type shit. Like I just saw him announcing that. It's like,
Oh
that's
my god!
Like you just
Smell
released the
shit.
fucking thing on
Smell the
streaming.
shit.
Yes, the shit monster. All right, that's Dogma. All right, so that brings us to our second film of the month of the episode here, Saved.
All right. Who's down with G.O.D.?
I know what you're looking at, Mary. And Jesus does too.
I still don't think he's supposed to be white.
Of course he's white. Oh, gosh.
Yeah, what's up, guys?
So, scared of being seen with a cripple.
Are you playing footsies with me?
Wheelies.
Do you want to go out sometime? I'm like totally adorable.
I'm not dating right now.
What about tomorrow night? You be dating then?
Is it possible Jesus might need us to do his will by, not waiting?
I'm concerned about Mary. And I think that you can help her.
I mean, like Shooter.
No, I was thinking of something a little less gangster.
You are backsliding into the flames of hell. You're performing an exorcism? Yes, we love me. I am filled with Christ's love.
You didn't tell me Pastor Skip was so nice.
Mom.
What's shaking, Skip?
Secondhand smoke kills.
I'm counting on it.
Jenna Malone, Mandy Moore, Macaulay Culkin, Patrick Fugit, Heather Matarazzo, Eva Amori, Martin Donovan, Mary Louise Parker.
I crashed my van into Jesus!
Saved.
2004 release, directed by Brian Danley, who I don't know anything. I don't know if he ever directed anything.
I think this is it.
So one and done for him. Starring Jenna Malone, Mandy Moore, Macaulay Culkin, Mary Louise Parker, and a bunch of other people. I'm not sure. There's other names here, but none of them really jump out at me. Heather Matarazzo.
Yeah,
she's familiar. That's probably about it.
She's known from like Welcome to the Dollhouse, but you know what I always think of her as? She's the girl in Hostel 2 who does that like really gruesome death scene. Like,
was she the eyeball girl?
The one where they like hang the person. They like cut their back open and then like bathe in their blood, like they're below.
The Elizabeth Bathory scene.
Yeah,
yeah.
I forgot if she's the victim. I think she might be the victim in that. I don't know, but I like. Yeah, she's like an indie.
Yes, which is what this is. It's an independent comedy, like very, very independent. I think ultimately distributed by MGM, but like it was kind of made low budget, $5 million. Also didn't make much money at the box office. Did double its money, but made $10 million, but not a huge go here. It is ostensibly a teen comedy that takes place at a religious, like a evangelical Christian high school, where the main character finds out her boyfriend is gay and tries to cure his gayness, and in doing so ends up pregnant and kind of has to deal with that issue. Did you know of Saved before?
No.
Okay, she did not. Okay.
Never heard of it. Had no inkling. Like even as I was watching it, we're seeing trailers for this. I don't remember anything about this. Okay. I think I know why. I have a theory why.
So first time watch for you. So I had seen it back in 2004. Enjoyed it then, and I enjoyed it this time as well. But we'll get into the plot here. As I mentioned, Mary is getting ready to go to her senior year of high school. Her boyfriend, they're at a pool party or something, and he reveals to her that he thinks he's gay. He doesn't think, he knows. But she bumps her head and takes that as a sign from God that she should try to cure him. So she spends all summer trying to not make him gay, and ends up sleeping with him.
She catches him at a good moment because he
had just been whacking off to a men's magazine.
Yep.
So she kind of just comes in, they have sex, and she knows nothing of it. She goes to pick him up first day of school, and his parents have sent him off to this kind of like plantation type
conversion, like where they're supposed to convert to being straight, because that works.
Great line about that one later, about like what that place is later. We'll touch on it in a minute though. So Dean's sent to this place called Mercy House. She ends up going to school. She's friends with like the most religious person in the school. They belong to some super, religious song.
Mandy Moore.
Yeah, Mandy Moore is her best friend.
She's setting the rules for everybody else. What's the good Christian? Yeah.
Yes, she's the only one that knows, right? And
of course. Yeah.
Her brother Roland, played by Macaulay Culkin, is in a wheelchair. He's paraplegic. He has this like a sarcastic tinge to him.
He's great. I thought Culkin is good in this.
He's very, very good. Really good acting chops for him. Like I think he's a decent actor, but
I think his brother is like incredible. Like just from watching him on Succession, but like watching this, I was like, no, Culkin, like Macaulay had it too. He just like disappeared, like literally after this movie.
He's just like, I'm done.
It's crazy.
So they kind of, she finds out she's pregnant and doesn't know how to deal with it. And, she's dealing with the fact that her boyfriend is gay, and all of these other people are like, they're trying to pray his gay away. They're having like prayer sessions, and she just flips out on them and basically gets ostracized and she doesn't have friends at that point. So Roland and his new girlfriend, Cassandra, who is like, she's Jewish. She's the only non-evangelical at this Christian not a boarding school.
She's like the rebel.
Yeah. And she is just kind of like out there. She just does what she wants. She skips class. She smokes in the girls' room. All the bad things.
Talks about sex.
Yeah. And she formulates a relationship with Roland, and Roland and Cassandra befriend Mary. And so she's now hanging out with the dorks, like the outcast, basically, as Hillary, played by Mandy Moore, goes around like, holier than thou for everyone else. Also, there's like this new boy in school. He's the pastor's son, and he's like a cool skateboarding kid. That's what they paint him out as. And Mary likes him, but she's also like, she finds out she's pregnant, so she doesn't want to get into a relationship, so she acts weird around them. It's very simplistic. It's just, there's a lot of Mary's acting weird, so we have to we have to save her. We have to bring her back into the fold so she's not lost. At one point they kidnap her. They like hijack her, try to hijack her into their van, and perform an exorcism on her. And as
They
she
don't say
escapes,
like play the Exorcist music or something.
yeah, and like they're performing the exorcism in the van. She like kind of like scrapes her way away, and Hillary chases after her. And this is it's a line that just kind of stuck with me for a while. Is like Mary then kind of turns to her and is like, you know, that book that you're waving around isn't a weapon. Like it's which Hillary then throws at her. Like,
yeah, it is.
It's like, yeah, it is a fucking weapon. So I thought that was kind of like a funny kind of like look at it, because that is like, evangelicals especially do like to bludgeon you with their faith, and like, oh, it's all in the Bible, and like everything is in the Bible, and there's a lot of contradictions in the Bible, but anyway, they go on, as they maneuver through the course of the year, they're getting closer to prom. Hillary is getting more and more aggravated that no one is kind of reining Mary and Cassandra and Roland in. So she starts kind of like trying to get the adults to take a look at them. And nothing really sticks at first, but eventually Hillary she spray paints the entire school and gets them all expelled. Not Roland, but she gets the other two girls expelled, and
that she gets,
also
what's her name's pregnancy exposed.
Yeah, so they're searching through the lockers, and Mary has a picture of the ultrasound in her locker, and it falls out. And one of the teachers pick it up, one of the teachers picks it up, and she kind of like hides it, but then the pastor comes along and snatches it out of her hands. And then it's kind of like revealed that, oh, she's not only a vandal, she's also pregnant and a huge sinner. Meanwhile, the boyfriend, the ex-boyfriend who's gay, he's kind of like been talking back and forth on the phone with her. I think this is where they reveal, like, he kind of says that, hey, like that school, like Mercy House it's not a treatment center for the people that go there. Like they're not changing us from being gay. It's a treatment center for the adults, for the parents, and it's for them to feel better about themselves so they don't have to deal with it directly. So like that was another thing that kind of like stuck with me from this. It's a teen comedy, so they all go to prom and shit goes nuts there. And Hillary finally, like, she loses her fucking mind, drives into Jesus, knocks over the big Jesus.
Yeah.
And Mary has to give birth. And like, there's also like a love story between Mary's mom and the pastor.
Which I thought was weird that, I don't know, that they paired those two. Like,
yeah. Well, they don't really like build it out enough for it to make any sense.
It was just weird because he's this married pastor, and then like they made his love interest her mom.
Yep.
I don't know. For whatever reason, I was like, this is like taking on too much else that like, and it doesn't.
You didn't need it. You didn't need that.
Yeah, I don't know. It didn't. I don't know.
Because even there, it interrupts at the end, right? So Mary ends up at the hospital. She gives birth, and the pastor shows up, and like all of Mary's friends are there, like all of her real friends, and they're all congratulating her on the baby, and the pastor is shown out in the parking lot, kind of like debating himself, like, should I go in? Should I not go in? Like, is this wrong? Is it not? Like,
I guess it does play into like we're all fucked up sinners.
Yeah.
And I did like the pastor at the climax of the movie, at the prom or whatever, when he's like, the Christian thing to do is to let them stay. Like, Mandy Moore is trying to get them all kicked out of there, and he's like, no,
they're not here to harm anything. They're not hurting anybody.
I know we expelled them, but the Christian thing to do is like to forgive them, like that.
Yeah, and that's like a good piece of message too. That like, unfortunately, 20 years later from here, like a lot of evangelicals would not buy into that at all. They just like it's like a very optimistic movie on how religion should be. And
Don't forgive one man. There's one man there for everything.
Right. I don't know. So, what did you think about watching Saved 20 years after it originally came out, and it being basically a teen comedy with religion attached to it?
Yeah, so like, I really love the teen comedy genre. Like, totally into it, and I think this is like totally serviceable and sweet. Like, there's nothing for me to hate here. Like, I kind of like these group of characters, like the kids. Like, I kind of like them all.
They're fun, yeah.
I did think like I'm used to my teen comedies being more R-rated, and like this is like I don't think it even is R-rated. It feels very PG-13,
most likely.
And I think that like the things that like the messages to me don't feel like revelatory anymore. It's like that's kind of where we've all been for like a long time. Maybe since Dogma. Like where it's just like, yeah, well not everybody, but like it's like God would be kind, And so like if you're gonna to the extent that you're gonna believe in any of the shit, shouldn't be a weapon. And like but like I'm going into that movie being like that's like a long settled idea for me that like kind of peaked around this era. I do think it's an interesting context out into like it came out in 2004. And if you remember, like that election was largely about gay marriage. Like that, they made that like one of the big things when it should have been like, "Hey, man, you let 9/11 happen, and why are we fighting Iraq now?"
Right.
But instead, like Bush was able to make it about gay marriage, which I guess wasn't ready for at the time. And so, like this feels in some ways of its time because of that. I also think the context of it. Dude, this came out like a month after Mean Girls, and it's basically Mean Girls. Like, it's basically Mean Girls, but like, I'm sorry to say, Mean Girls is a better.
It's funny, I've never actually watched Mean Girls. So.
Oh, really? It's Mean Girls. This is Mean Girls. It's straight up Mean Girls. But like, obviously, one isn't copying the other. It just had the unfortunate, like, Mean Girls was probably making more box office still at this. Like, Mean Girls was a huge hit. Like, it made like $150 million,
Right.
And so, like, when this came out, Mean Girls was still a hit in theaters, probably. And so, like, I can't help but watch it and think of Mean Girls because it's the same movie.
It's like just very similar in its structure.
Dude, it's the same fucking movie. It's just Mean Girls is much better. So like, yeah. So like, yeah. I think the thing's holding me back from being like, oh, you gotta go check this out. Is I think it's very mild. Like it's not the funniest. There's one point when I did laugh out loud, and that was from Culkin, because someone. They're like, I forgot who was saying it. They're like, the only reason a good Christian girl goes down to Planned Parenthood, right? Like, why, right? He's like, she's planning a pipe bomb.
Yeah, that's it. Good line, yeah.
But like, other than that, it's like it doesn't pop like Mean Girls like pops. Like, just very memorable, very funny scenes, and so like it like lives strangely in the wake of that movie. I think I don't think it ever had a chance. And again, it's more specific than that because it's about this religious community. But yeah, totally likable, totally fine. Like my rating for it. Sorry, Kevin Smith. My rating for it's like a 6. It's fine.
Yeah. I still enjoy this one. I think there's a really good line at the end that Macaulay Culkin delivers to Cassandra as well. Like they split up a little bit. Like at one point, she drives off and leaves him, and he's fucking handicapped. His sister's left him, she's left him, and he's like, "You're my ride." They reconcile later. She finds him at a like a coffee shop or something, and basically, like, he lays out that he's like, I've been with you because, like, I needed you, and I don't want to be the guy. It's like something along the lines. I don't want to be the guy that's with the girl because he needs her. I want to be with the girl because I want her. Like, I thought that was like a really sweet line that he delivers there, and like he just delivers it very like wholesomely. Like, so yeah, like there's things about it that like really click for me, and still do. I also think like maybe some evangelicals should watch the fucking movie and like take some fucking hints, like, because they do weaponize their fucking religion at every angle, and it's like, man, just be nice. Like, it's literally like
fucking mirror.
Yeah, like just be nice to people. Like, and look, you want to say, oh, I don't want people up in my business. Well, then get out of other people's business.
Yeah,
like, leave fucking people alone.
Don't pick on trans people,
right?
Or trans kids.
Yeah, leave trans kids alone. Leave gay kids alone. Like, leave everybody else that's not your kid alone. Like, leave your kid alone too. Like, just leave your kid alone. Like, just leave people alone. Go about your life. There's no gay agenda. There's nobody's trying to push shit on you. And there's so much content otherwise that you can like watch whatever the fuck you want. Like,
exactly.
So yeah, I still enjoy like kind of like the nice message that I think it kind of has. Maybe at some point I should watch Mean Girls because evidently
you should. Mean Girls is a fun movie.
Better version of this.
Yeah, it doesn't have the religious bent, but like it's literally the same movie, and it's a lot of fun. There's a lot of memorable, like, funny stuff in it.
All right. Well, yeah. So I'm a little bit higher than you again on this. Not much though. 7 out of 10.
I can't believe we're taking down Kevin Smith like this.
I did not, honestly, coming into this, like, because I mean, we're both pretty big Kevin Smith fans.
Yeah.
I really thought like, we're revisiting a Kevin Smith classic, one that I had like great love for previously. And I knew I liked Saved because I'd seen it previously and enjoyed it, but there's no way Dogma is going to come out on top.
I just think Saved works better as a movie. Like, it's just lighter on its feet. Like, it functions. Yeah. Like, it functions, which I don't know that Dogma totally does.
Yeah. So we talked about it. Dogma just overextends itself a bit too much, and it's just weighed down by everything in it. This is just more like a lighthearted comedy that I think works. I think it's genuinely sweet and funny at parts, and it works. It's shorter too.
It's not. That's the thing, is like it fits the format. It honestly feels like the movie Kevin Smith should have made by thinking about all this shit, but instead he was so into like the lore. And I think that like comes from him being like a comic book guy, maybe too. Like, he like looks at the Bible like the fucking MCU. Here comes Israel. Here comes the shit monster.
It's a hysterical way of looking at it. Well, that puts both of us picking Saved over Dogma here. I believe we are returning to horror next month, Jeff. We're going to do a quick turnaround. We're going to have another episode out in August for you. So
yeah, very soon, a couple weeks at most, hopefully. And horror or horror adjacent.
Okay.
David Lynch died earlier this year, and he's a director I was never super into, and I think you were the same. So we're the two most qualified people to talk about David Lynch.
Bring it on.
But I think I've gotten a little bit more handle on him now since he died. I've watched a lot of his stuff, and we're gonna watch a couple things. It's gonna be a little bit different of an episode. I picked 2 things I think that like you and I would both either enjoy and or have a lot to say about. Okay. But it's gonna be, one is a show, one is a movie. We're not gonna do like the. We're not gonna like. We're just gonna talk about what we think about these 2. And so what we're gonna talk about from David Lynch next in a week or 2 is Blue Velvet, and we're going to talk about the first 2 episodes of Twin Peaks: The Return, which was the 3rd season of Twin Peaks that came many years after the original, and that is available. I think Blue Velvet, last I checked, was available on HBO. It's out there; it's available to see. Twin Peaks: The Return is on Paramount Plus. Now, just to set you up, Chris, because I know you've seen Twin Peaks, but you have not seen The Return yet.
Correct. Yes.
So just to catch you up to speed, if you want to take notes here, there's a few things I want to lay out that are like very for it to make any sense at all. Agent Cooper. By the end of Twin Peaks, like the original series, we know who killed Laura Palmer, and it was her dad. Her dad was raping and abusing her for years, but her dad was possessed by this evil spirit named Bob. And in the finale of Twin Peaks, Agent Cooper goes into this place called the Black Lodge. And basically what happens is Bob hijacks Agent Cooper's body and comes back out into the real world. That's how Twin Peaks ends. It's like, what's his name? Kyle MacLachlan. Like, he is basically not possessed, whatever. Like, his body is taken over by this evil spirit, Bob. He's stuck in the Black Lodge. And that's where we pick up with Twin Peaks: The Return.
Okay.
There's one more very important thing I have to add. I don't know if it has 2 episodes, but it's very important if it does. Because I was confused by this for a while. When Bob came out and took over Agent Cooper, so he gets out, Agent Cooper's stuck in the Black Lodge, and Bob is in the real world in Agent Cooper's body. He creates a tulpa, Tulpa, which is he basically manifests a being like just by concentration, whatever. He basically uses a superpower to create a being, and he creates a duplicate of Agent Cooper so that if Agent Cooper ever gets released, Bob's hope is that Agent Cooper won't take over his own real body, that'll take over the duplicate that he made. Does that make any sense? Do you follow all that?
Yes. So there's 2 versions of Agent Cooper.
Yes, out in the real world. And one of them is like some guy he created, but he's hoping that if Agent Cooper ever gets out,
that's the one that will take over.
Yeah. Yes.
Got it.
All right. So it doesn't make, if you go beyond those first 2 episodes, it's David Lynch. We're gonna have some fun with it.
Yep.
And I think these are 2 things that like you've never seen Blue Velvet, right?
I have not. No.
I think you'll at least somewhat dig Blue Velvet. And I think I think you'd mostly dig it. I don't know how satisfied you'd be where it ends, but the ride. So this is about the ride and not the destination. Yeah.
All right.
So we'll be back soon with David Lynch. I hope you enjoyed this. Like big episode we did. We talked like a lot of movies in the first. I was really worried that the movies, like we would talk so much movies in the first half that we would have nothing to say about these just comedies. But I think we had like a meaningful discussion about like both of those movies.
Yeah.
Like I hate to come down hard on either one of them, but like I didn't love either one of them, but like I thought there's merits to them and things worth talking about in both.
Yeah, they were at least interesting. They weren't, generic.
I think we like approached the discussion with some like you could easily just go, religion,
right,
or whatever.
So yeah, I hope people enjoyed it. And David Lynch next time.
Yeah, we will try to do justice as well as we can. I'm a little more versed. Watch a bunch of stuff this year, but he's an acquired taste. I'll tell you that. I know you've only stuff, and you're not like never been a huge fan, but once you acquire the taste of him, and we'll get into this, but like he has a certain he's just kind of this aw shucks nice guy who does this really disturbing shit, and that comes across in his work. And I will get into why I think that is, but
yeah, I'm interested to talk about it because I like things that are David Lynch inspired.
Yeah.
Specifically like the Alan Wake stuff and stuff in video games. So yeah, I think this will be fun. This will be a good time.
Oh, by the way, he was a character in Twin Peaks. I don't know if you remember the FBI director. That was him. He is in Twin Peaks: The Return quite a bit.
Okay,
he is. I would maybe say the lead of The Return, which is crazy.
All right.
But we'll talk about that very soon. Chris, I hope you got your Paramount Plus going.
I do.
All right.
We'll be back in a couple weeks then.
Sounds good.